Hi, this is Sonia with Artsy Solutions, and welcome to week 4 of Seek, Gather, Create. And this week's prompts are something vintage, a game piece, the color indigo or dark blue, and dip it. So I think I'm just going to make a card again like I did before. And I've been inspired to use, this is just packaging from an old Seven Gypsies thing that I had that I've used earlier, and in it just happens to have a dice, and it also happens to have a Scrabble tile. So but instead of me using it because it's kind of small, I'm going to mimic it and make something similar to that. So, and that's going to be my game pieces. And for dip it, I'm probably going to create like an old-fashioned like ink dip dauber or whatever you call those, calligraphy pen ink thing. And I'm going to use, I'm just going to go over one of these ink pens with a pen and emboss it. Sorry for the noise in the background. That's my son and my nephew. And then, yeah, we'll get to it in just a minute. So let me go ahead, and I've got some, this is just some file folder right here. Okay, so I have this file folder right here, and I'm just going to use some of this broken china. I'm just going to rub it on here just so we can kind of get that color on there. And I'm just going to spray on some water. And then I may also use some paint, acrylic paint. Instead of using acrylic paint, I think I'm going to use this watercolor set. So, because it does have indigo in there. So I'm just going to dab. Let's see, which one looks more like indigo? I think I'm going to this one right here. It looks kind of like it. So let's just get a little bit of it. And I'm just going to drop just a few drops on there. And I'm just going to let the colors flow however they flow. So this is with the alcohol, not the alcohol ink, but the watercolors and the, what do you call it? Distress ink, broken china. And I'm just going to take the heat gun to it and dry it. Okay, and then I'm going to use this blue Sharpie gel pen. And I'm just going to draw a makeshift container. Vintage container. Alright, and while that's drying, I'm going to take that ink pen or a vintage marker, and I'm just going to go around it. I think I'll use this one just for the fun of it. And then I'm just basically highlighting it. And then I'm going to be taking some detail embossing powder and going around it. I'm going to fussy cut it out. And I'm going to take some detail embossing powder and just go around the edge of it. Using vintage photo and an archival ink, jet black. Okay, and so now I'm going to do the dice the same way I did the ink, the whatever you call that. So, except I'm trying to think, should I use some red watercolor? Yeah, why not? I'm gonna add a little bit of red. Let me just, oh, I shouldn't have done that. We'll put that there. And then I'm just going to dry that and then draw. Okay, so now I want to create like a little function where this looks like it's dipped out and then you're going to see some ink coming out. So I'm going to just take some, I have some clear, I guess it's like an acetate. It's from packaging. And I'm just going to add a little bit of this alcohol ink. This is aquamarine. And I'm just going to put like a little strip of it on there. And we're just going to blend it in. And then it'll dry pretty fast. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of it. I'm going to glue. Actually, I'm just going to cut like a stream of, make it look like it's ink coming out from the pen and the ink, what do you call it? From back here. But what I want to do is this is going to be connected to it and I want it somewhat hidden. So I'm just like almost like it's a drop, I guess, basically. And I'm just going to glue this on. I'm going to glue it to the pen. And so it's almost like it's dipped down in there. So it's going to swivel up back and forth. And when it swivels, it's going to make it look like it's got ink on it, you know. That's the goal. I'm going to add just another little old drop on there to make it a little bit darker and noticeable. Oh, you know what I did? I put it on the wrong end. Oh my goodness. I should have put it on this end, and I can still do that. Let me fix it right quick. Just take that off. And then add it to this end. Can't believe I did that.
No, my thing was because he was correct. That's the worst part. He got it right was the worst part. But he just stuffed that.
Alright, so let's just dip that down in there.
It was one of the videos that Monte Murdoch that he reposted. And I was just like, man, where
So I think it'll come this way. Alright. So now I'm going to create the tag itself. And I'm going to glue this right here, this butterfly paper, to the back of this right here. This is just some paper bag paper. And I'm just going to leave it thick on there. So I'm just going to paste it, and I'm probably going to stitch one around the edges just to make sure that this stays secure. And then I'm just going to add this fabric on here. And then we'll be almost complete. Just add this through here, this hoop, if it'll go through. I might write the word game on here as well. We've got score, but I think I'm going to put the word game, because a lot of these are games. So, and then the game pieces are the dice and the Scrabble tile. And you keep score, I guess, depending on what kind of game you're playing. So, yeah, let me write game. Or I might even just put game day. Yeah, okay. So this is pretty much it. This is our Seek, Gather, Create, and I have what we have. Let's see, something vintage, which is this vintage paperback here, and this is a vintage style pen that swivels, and it makes it look like some ink's coming out, like you put the pen down in the ink re-inker. And then we have like the vintage handwriting on here. Then we have our game pieces. We have the Scrabble tile and the dice. And we have the color indigo or blue. We have that throughout multiple places, which is where I made the ink, the color ink, which is indigo. And dip it. We're dipping our pen into the ink bottle. And it's supposed to make it look like there's ink on the edge, you know. And that's just from the acetate. So dip it. So that's what we have. Now here's the back of it. Have a journaling spot, did a little stitching, and added the ribbon, and that's pretty much it. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos, blog, and social media sites. And as always, I thank you guys so much for watching.